re asebu futi mori zitwemu ze kwa asebu na etifu te ho ansa na mfante dom roba nti obeye eku
akuze ne eku ansa na do program
Fantefun na worrible waka kanfo a wo fi bro hafu a wo ba Ghana na ase
gomuafo wo bugwai asebufu wo bugwai mankesim fo na adunya nwanya wana wo fifi enkro a wa baza bo igwai hu aponya na wo baho na nkakrakra ihomu binu mo ho a wo bakọ ho wo tna ho nsi gwai zonu oya frafradom ibinim ko wo ho a wo fi hiaman tifi oya northern upper west upper east yeki ibinim fi ho house of fu wo bay Yoruba fu bay igweze wo mo ya kano para ne oya frafradom
Wow, this is Breakfast Daily. So, you know, anything about tradition, about culture counts us in. We just love to show what Ghana has to offer to the entire world. And that is why this conversation is very, very important, you know, helping us know who we are as a people, where we have come from and where we are going. You know, knowing your roots is the only way that can help you to know where your next destination will be. And that is why this Oguaaman film, I really wish that we could have this kind of, you know, film for all other areas in Ghana.
Important. I think it's important. And well, this is you know, a good start, you know, in that direction, and we'll see where it goes from here.
Absolutely. Now we have the man behind this beautiful film right here with us. He's filmmaker and founder Shaka Allings Heritage Foundation, the Roland Sumani Sadi, also known as Mandia. Mandia, how are you doing?
I'm doing well for you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So Oguaaman is finally here and we'll be premiering soon. But before we go on to the details of that, just tell us a little bit, you know, about the film and the inspiration behind this.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm happy to be here and to see you all.
It's good to see you too.
Basically, the inspiration. So I have a foundation which was founded in 2012, and so for the past 10 years we've been going around documenting the history of Ghana and Africa. The main aim is to redocument African history from African perspective. So this is not our first project. This is actually our second film in release. The first one was about the North. So the inspiration behind this, I would say, actually to tell somebody else's history, it needed to start with me. So after I'd done the North, I thought, you know, my mom is from Cape, so it was more an honor to her to tell her side of the story before I move on to tell the others. Yeah.
Okay, so what did your mother tell you?
Wow. About the film or about?
No, about where she comes from, and I mean, if that had any kind of effect on you to really go in to make this movie. You know, sometimes you read stuff from books, you listen to other people, but most of the time you don't get to listen to our grandparents, you know, and our parents tell us about their villages, where they're coming from, what we need to know from our own parents.
Right. I think my mom said she was proud of the project because actually she did the transcription. I made her do the transcription into English for the subtitles. So she actually worked on the project. Yeah, she told me a few things, but it was also a learning curve for her in watching the film itself, because even though she was born in Cape Coast, she told me there were a lot of things that she knew and she didn't understand and she didn't know where it was coming from. So though I've had the privilege to hear her tell me about some stories, this was also a little deeper because it took us about 5 years. You know, we started in 2017, you know, the research phase and production and post-production, we just finished.
Wow.
Now, how expensive was this, putting all this together? Did you fund everything yourself?
Yeah, I'm an independent filmmaker, so me and my family and friends here and there, but not any institution or anything. We do it by ourselves because we feel like it's important to document these histories before they're gone, and I think we've seen firsthand what it means, because like the Northern film, we had 5 people passed away already, and in this film we have 2 people passed away. This tells us that like if we didn't do it, it would have gone. So for us it's a privilege. I always say it's like we are like the whistle and the wind is blowing through us.
Now, the last time you came here, you came with Amanziba.
Right.
What is his connection to this entire project?
So Amanziba did the official soundtrack for the film. So usually when we do the project, we look at different age bracket and different groups. So we have the soundtrack, which always precedes the project, and it starts with dropping knowledge and educating the public before the main film comes out. So he did the film, and we have a video which is not yet out. And then we are working currently with the National Theatre to adapt it into a theatre production.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Question I have is, why does it seem as though a lot of the projects that come up, be it photos, be it documentaries, or anything like that, it's not necessarily done at a national level by authorities and institutions, but it seems that passionate individuals are always taking the lead in doing these things, which are actually national projects.
Right, right.
What do you think is the disconnect here? Because I would imagine that institutions that have been set up should really take the lead in doing some of these things.
No, totally. I think that we really need to look at ourselves in a different light. We've been looking at ourselves from the eyes of those that we've been related with or interacted with. I'm talking about the West or the non-Africans that we dealt with for a while. And so I think we have not kind of decolonized ourselves enough to kind of concentrate on who we are as a people. And I always say, like, the whole essence of naming this country Ghana was because the idea was that we all came from the ancient Ghana Empire. So in using the Ghana name or an umbrella is to rally all of us together for the development of this area, that we are all connected. And I think we are failed in following suit with that, in promoting how we are all connected, our traditions, histories and rituals that we've left off. So, and I think it starts with the education system, which we have not necessarily, you know, we look at it from our own perspective to address some of the issues. And like, as you're saying, that individuals are the ones doing it. We realized for the past 10 years we've been spearheading this, but at the same time we feel like, okay, if we wait, it might never happen.
It wouldn't happen.
So we might as well just
go ahead and do it.
Go ahead and do it, and hopefully we can, you know, get people to understand what it means for us to know who we are, so that we can all move into a better future.
And that's, I mean, it's a step in the right direction, because sometimes the private sector needs to lead a call, you know, for the entire nation to join in. So good one there. But Oguaaman film, when is it premiering? Where is it premiering? Do we have to pay anything to be there?
No, 29th September.
Next week, Thursday.
At the National Theatre at 7 p.m. is open to the public for free. So you can walk in and see it and get educated. The whole idea for this film and the essence of making it free is because, you know, we are competing with 400 years of history of enslavement. And everybody has known about Cape Coast in this country, whether you're young or older. Sometime you went to the Cape Coast Castle. But Cape Coast is, and the Akan people are bigger than just the slave forts and the structures that exist there. And so we are looking at what's the alternative narrative of these people. Who are the people in Cape Coast? How did they come to being? Where did they get their name from? Their migration, spiritual and political histories. These are what we are looking at to take Cape Coast out of this whole idea of slavery and reproject Cape Coast from a different life.
So beyond Thursday, where else can we find the movie?
Oh, we're working towards bringing it. We are hoping to go back to Cape Coast. Like I said, we are working on adaptation, so we'll be teasing you with a short version of the adaptation on 29th, which we hope to release the full version later on as a standalone event. And we're going back to Cape Coast to also show it to the public for free and have a concert with Amanzoba.
Okay.
And then we have an exhibition coming up also.
Are you on any online platforms where people can, watch later or, something
For
like
now,
that?
we are not releasing it anywhere yet, but we will keep everybody posted. But, you can check us on our website, chakaolens.com, social media, Instagram, Chaka Olens, Chaka Olens Heritage Foundation on Facebook.
Super. Mandia, good job and all the best with the premiere.
I want to find out where your earlier film, the one on the north, where it can be found, where people can watch it.
It's on Vimeo.